Okay, so fun this morning. Well, it's actually noon, believe it or not. It's not morning. The predators are supposed to be nighty nights at noon, but they're not. I was working the pony and taking him around on his harness, and I saw the crows swooping the field behind the baby goat pen, and I didn't have a very good view, and my sister was working on her chickens, so I told her, I said, what are they swooping there in that field? They're saying predator, because if you listen to them, they'll tell you if there's a predator. So she looked, and then I could move to where I could see a little bit further on, and there was a giant bear out there. How far behind the baby goat pen, reckon, sister?
Oh, I don't know.
60 feet?
Not far.
Maybe 60 feet. And I had just let them out early this morning and thought to myself it wasn't a good idea because the bears still move until about 10 a.m. But this one was 12 p.m. He was looking for lunch. He's just sitting in the field. He can see us. He can hear us. He can see and hear the dogs. So he ran the dogs into the puppy yard because they were running around parallel to the bear. Now, right now, there's not a lot for them to eat, you guys. So them being behind the kid pen, there's a few
salmon berries.
There's a few red elderberry, not many. They are ripe right now.
A few red huckleberries. There's just not much, though.
Not much for them to eat. So this is a bad time for bears. We're seeing. We actually just ran up a bear's back day before yesterday on a walk.
A different bear.
Different bear than that. That was probably a 200 and something pound. So we reached that end of that trail there, and he was just off to the left, just standing there, crosswise of the trail. And we probably got, 20 feet from him, sister?
Yeah.
And we turned and went back. So that was a very short walk for that day. So this guy, though, he was much larger. This is not the same bear, so this is two bears we know. We're hanging out. And here's his track. There's his paw print. There's his toe marks right there. And if you measure across here, it's 4.5 inches across. That is a big bear, you guys. We're guesstimating 350.
There's another track.
There's another track. We don't know what he was doing down here besides pirouetting in the middle of the trail.
There's another one.
Showing off. But I was standing at the puppy gate down there, and he... Let's
see if we can see how far away puppy gate is. Not very far. It's a little bright.
He didn't care we were there. We were trying to scare him off, and he didn't care.
So here's our hen house right here.
So this is as close as he was, you guys. That was a close one for a bear that doesn't care.
No, he was not worried at all.
He wasn't worried.
He was very casual, moving very slow, just looking around, taking his time.
So when something like this happens, you have a couple options. You can try to scare it off or whatever. You can panic and lock up all your animals, and we've done that too, because the goats don't know to be quiet. They don't always know it's there. But the dogs, however, did. As soon as it left from behind the baby goat pen, and the dogs were in the puppy yard, they ran to the adult goat pen and were barking because it was then behind the adult goat pen. And then they ran to the back gate and were barking toward the woods.
Basically just traveling in a semicircle on the trail that goes back there.
All behind our animal pens. So we've been having bears here hanging out.
Almost every day.
Almost every day. Morning, noon, and noonie night, you guys.
Over by the sheep pen, we can hear them walking around back there behind the knotweed.
They love to hang out behind the sheep pen. And the sheep have a fairly high fence, but it isn't high enough. So yeah, dangerous time of the year for your livestock right now because the bears are hungry and there's nothing there. Show this is all the blackberries.
Yeah, see, the blackberries aren't going to be out for a good while. These are still blossoms here.
Yeah.
Salal is still in blossom. So yeah,
they're cruising. Everybody watch out for your livestock.